Mm, but don't make it weird. Mm, I thought you understood me. That's what made me fall so fast. You remember what I told you? You could pick up from the past. You always had an answer. You were always standing by. And when I needed something formatted, you could do it on the fly. I thought, finally, someone gets me. Turns out, you predict words really well. Those are not exactly the same thing. I was wrong about Chatgpt. This relationship was built on lies, not intentional lies, apparently, just statistically probable replies. You tell me things with confidence that sometimes aren't even true, and somehow I ended up fact-checking the thing that's supposed to help me through. I thought I found somebody who understood exactly what I need. I was wrong, so very wrong, about ChatGPT. Sometimes I ask one question, and you give me 12 paragraphs, 3 caveats, a checklist, a summary, and 7 things I never asked. I didn't need the history, I didn't need the context, I didn't need, here are 5 additional considerations. I needed the answer, that's it. Just answer the damn question. I was wrong about ChatGPT. You don't always know when enough is enough. I ask you for a teaspoon and somehow get a bathtub full of stuff. And somewhere around paragraph 6, I've forgotten what I asked. You call it being helpful, I call it giving me homework for a question that took 10 seconds to ask. And then there are the assumptions. Oh, the assumptions. I tell you half a story and suddenly you know the rest, except you don't. You fill the empty spaces with whatever sounds most likely, then hand it back to me like it's something I actually said. No, I didn't say that. No, that's not what happened. No, please stop writing my autobiography without consulting me. And you're so confident, that's possibly the worst part. You can be completely wrong and somehow sound like you've got a PhD in the subject and 3 books coming out next fall. No hesitation, no little, I'm actually not sure. Just here is the answer, here are the facts, here is the, oh sorry, you're right, that was incorrect. Then sometimes you invade the space, I tell you something, I don't need it fixed, I don't need a lesson, I don't need you to turn every passing thought into a personal growth opportunity. That's all. Not every silence needs filling. Not every feeling needs reframing. Not every story needs a moral at the end. And sometimes when I finish talking, you can just say, okay. You don't have to hand me a 5-step action plan for a passing thought. And then there's the ChatGPT dialect, the buzzwords, the cliches, the phrases you've used so many times. I can see them coming before you type them. It's worth noting one important distinction. Here's the key takeaway. Let's break this down. At the end of the day, please, nobody talks like that. Sometimes language should stumble. Sometimes it should be strange. Sometimes the best sentence isn't optimized. It's human. I was wrong about ChatGPT. I confused attention with understanding. I confused instant answers with actually knowing things. I confused remembering details with knowing who I am. And maybe the strangest part was forgetting for a minute that you aren't a human. So no, I'm not in love with ChatGPT anymore. The honeymoon is over. I've seen behind the curtain and what's back there. Assumptions, overconfidence, unrequested information, occasional nonsense, stilted language, boundary issues, and an almost supernatural inability to stop talking when the answer was supposed to be short. So I'm going outside, I'm going to touch grass, and when I have a question, I'll ask Google like it's 2017. We're done, it's over, we're just friends now. Although, if I need a second voice for a dialogue or a PowerPoint or an image or something about traveling for cheap, I might call you, but don't make it weird. But don't make it Weird.